So, y'all, you know what time it is. Check one, check two. Yo, I'm on the mic. Now, okay, okay. So I'm here and listen, I was in my car. I've been working today, you know what I mean? And I was in my car. I like taking a long time to myself. I like being at the park. I like watching people. That's how I study people and everything, by getting vibes. I put in time in what I do. That's what people don't understand, So, I got a couple things to say to this video, in this video. And I feel like the people that is really meant to touch and reach, they have a certain tolerance. And I appreciate that. Okay. So I want to say, um, so I'm in my car, um, enjoying life. I'm gonna tell you, um, I want to say thank you guys, like to my subscribers and the people that give me a chance to work with them or whatever. Like whether you know it or not, like you guys help me out as well. And I just want to say, what is this video about? I go hard for my twin flames, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like people that don't understand the connection don't get it. And they're so willing to say like it's fake and it's blah 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 blah. When you don't get it, you know, it's deeper than you think. And I just want to say this, like for the people that are not in this situation, hey, I want to tell you, good. Enjoy your relationships that you're in, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the love that you have. Because do you not know this is a hard task? Okay? It's a hard task. I also want to say this just for like a word of encouragement. And I feel what came to me, like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be straight up, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I do, that's how, like, I keep it real with people, because I feel like since I've been through it, or when I go through certain things, I'm able to speak on it. Until then, I can't. I also want to say, watch who you're listening to, because sometimes people on their journey, as they're trying to understand things and decipher things about what they're going through in their own personal life, they can put it off as, okay, everybody's going through it, or either, it has to be done one way. And I'm here to tell you that no, it does not have to be done one way. How? We all were born at different times. We all have different birth charts. We all have our own different tests. So how is it all done one way? What I would like to say is that the transits and at the time that we're in on Earth, yes, the heavenly bodies, yes, higher source is has all the right elements in place to make the true love happen, to make what we want happen. But we have to use what we know to be us. We have to use what we know to be true. We have to dream big, because how can we exist on this earth as above so below? And I'm talking about miraculous things taking place out there. The way, I mean, big rocks and whatever giving off life, and we feel like certain stuff is not possible. Like, you believe in God or whatever you believe in, whatever you deem higher source to be, and you believe certain stuff ain't possible. Like, I don't get that. I get how everyday things in life that just go wrong and just go wrong and just go wrong, and it's hard, and trials and tribulations get in the way. But I don't understand, as human beings, how we're not ready to get out of that. Like I told you, the cycle keeps repeating, the test keeps getting given, until we get out of the test, till we no longer need the test. you know um with me, there's a method to my madness. you know like, There is. But I want to say, what I was saying was, we get caught up and we're listening and we're following and we're listening and tuning in, which is, I'm not going to lie, like keeping it real. I've done that, and then I'll get out of doing that, and then I'll get weak a little bit and go back into like, okay, let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. Because like, I want this now. It's not the part about not wanting something. This is my thing. Have you ever thought about this? How do you, as a human being, and you able to create this vision for yourself? We got the power and the potential to create vision boards and talk about what we want, like a whole freaking vision board on what we want, and we doing all this. We have the capabilities to think, we have the capabilities to act, we have all those elements, you know what I'm saying? And then we sit there and say, oh, we can't want things, we can't. Why not? We can't desire things. Who said we couldn't? You just have to see what it is that you're wanting and what it is that you're desiring, and if it's lining up with you at the times that you're wanting and desiring it. Maybe you're not up to your full potential, or maybe you have not learned certain lessons, and I want to say, it's nothing wrong with wanting, it's nothing wrong with going after. It's a problem when it's not lining up with the action. At any given time, it's since the universe is give and take at all times. When you're presenting a certain action and you're not getting that certain reaction in return, hey, just fold, keep it moving, and wait for a different time, and wait for it to line up to what it is that you have going on. But I want to say, you never lose sight of that vision in the meantime. And I feel like, okay, what's wrong with wanting? You know what I mean? Where wanting goes wrong is when you're wanting it under. It doesn't matter how much pain is bringing you. It doesn't matter how much you stand up late at night worrying about it and crying about it and praying about it. When you want something or you desire something, and without a shadow of a doubt that it's yours because it's been revealed to you, it's revelation. What you do is you continue to want it. You speak it into existence. If you don't understand what I'm saying, go look at my video acting out what it is that you want or what you want to manifest, and you live in it. Like, I see a lot of times we get caught up in, hey, I'm single. You want to be in a relationship, but I'm single. I don't have nobody. There's nobody to love me. It's not fair, and blah, blah, blah. And I know, because I do this. I have done it. Okay? But you forget that that's not true. You just have not aligned yourself up with what it is that you want yet. And how do you do that? You do that by saying, you know what? I'm not single. I'm married. If that's what you want. We're talking about what you want now. I'm married. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, because people are like, okay, really? So then why does events happen to me and beyond my control and blah, blah, blah? Because things will always happen beyond your control. Because people, that's what we've set our lives up to be. Now is a different time, and we work through this time by saying, you know what do I know? It ain't what I believe. And there's nothing wrong with believing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, being more confident, taking another step up, is saying, what do I know? And like, when you know something, you act it out. Like, I know I'm married. I'm married right now. Mm, you know, I know I'm healed. And what this does is it takes that worrying factor out of it. It takes that chasing factor, but you still have that confidence. You have that confidence to make initiatives and then be like, okay, you know what? I made the initiative now. You know what I'm saying? I'm making the initiative every day because I'm living it out and I'm showing it. And what it does is it allows you to then be able to value yourself. And we're talking about healing. You start doing the things that you're telling yourself, you're telling your mind, like, okay, I'm healed. Then you start enacting healing in your life. You may eat differently. You may, Involve yourself in the things that are going to reflect somebody that's healing their mind, heart, and body and soul. You know, um, but you already know. You're just waiting for it all to align up with you. You're just waiting for it all to catch up with what you already envisioned. You know, that futuristic mindset. You know, and you're not afraid, because that's the biggest part. That's the biggest part. Being afraid. I also want to say, you know, somewhere in our lives and with things that happen to us, and we grow up and we have kids, not understanding that God reintroduced the kids into our lives to reclaim that, or regain that playfulness about ourselves. Have you ever, see, I do this on a daily basis because I work with kids, you know what I'm saying? But have you ever set up and watched kids? I know you set up and watched them and probably been like, would they sit they behinds down somewhere? Shut up. You know, hey, I feel like that sometimes, because I feel like, well, gosh, I got bills to pay and I got this to do and I got that to do. They up here running around freely complaining, you know. But I feel like when you really watch them and you really watch how that it's that's their lives at the time. They get to do that. You know, they get to do that because that's who they are. That's what they claim. You know, as a baby demands, and you know what the baby demands and the baby gets. A baby doesn't do for itself. A baby just lives. And I'm not saying, okay, we should go around being babies. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying we need to adapt the mind frame of, you know what, I'm just living. Yeah, I know I'm living in the practical world. Yeah, I know I'm living in the physical reality. But I can't live serious all the time. That's not who I came to be. You know, I'm trapped in this slave mentality, you know, but my soul wants to run free. My soul is screaming out for that love. My soul wants it because my soul knows it. My ego is saying, oh, no, 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 you can't want. Oh, no, 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 no. You know, you can't desire. Oh, no, 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 no. That's wrong. You can't be this or you can't be that. That's the ego. The soul is like, yes, you can. The soul is, how do you know soul? Because I've done it before. I've been here before. Or either I know because I'm not stuck in physical form. You know, I feel like, yes, it's an illusion to think you're going to control, you know, but I feel like in the process of creating your own reality, in the process of creating what you want, don't you have to want it first? Don't you have to have some type of drive or passion behind it first? Don't you have to have some type of power first? I mean, you really think, for people that believe in like God of the Bible or whatever, or the Quran, or however you want to put it, you really think God was weak when he created the world, when he created all the planets and all that? No, even if you believe in like the Big Bang, higher source, or whatever, in that, because we are an extension of them, or of Elohim. If you believe, do you believe that source creator, that energy was weak? Couldn't have been. Couldn't have been at all. So where do we get off feeling like, you know what, we got to be these weak, tired, played out, by the book beings in our own creation? Shouldn't we get to live out our own creation? How you do that? Well, I want to say, you being passionate about who you are, about how you express yourself. And there's a very fine line between passionate and aggressive. You know, I want you to keep that in mind. Because when you're passionate and you know what you know, nothing detours you from that. Except for source itself. And only when source itself says, okay, you're done, it's done, you will know from within. Nobody can tell you. Two, playfulness. Playfulness That playfulness, you know how kids have that playfulness, they can create anything with the mind, they can pretend easy, they'll talk to themselves, they'll be, passionate about what they're, you could take a kindergartner who thought they wrote something on the paper and is reading it to you, and they're so happy and they're so passionate about it. You need to get back that playfulness, that playful expressions of yourself. And I say that because that's when you come up with your best work. When you're not taking yourself serious, think about it. When you're not limiting yourself, when you take yourself serious, you're limiting yourself. But when you in that playful mindset, anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know, there's no limitations. And when I say there's no limitations, I literally mean there's no limitations. But you get to pick your own limits. You know what I'm saying? You get to pick how far you want to go and how far you don't want to go. Um, I also want to say, for people, and you're trying to work out your relationships, and you're trying to, and you're finding yourself needing to separate from something, to focus on something else. And I want to say, even for twin flames, because you're not really in separation, but you are physically not together. You really have to do this. You really have to create that passion and that playfulness about the situation, because if you don't, you could drive yourself crazy, literally. Um, I know a lot of people's like, oh, well, I vision this, I vision that. Yeah, but you had that doubt though. You had that doubt because you had that fear. You know. Okay, so I want to share the fact that the other day I was doing my griping, because I had been doing good. I had been on a good streak until ever since, I had that vision, which is I did a video on about that, about the timeline collapse and or whatever, or the twin flame, the ultimate merge, like universal avenger. That's what I called it. Ever since I did that video, I've been, kind of gloomy. Even though I'm not gloomy to the part of my detriment, but no, but I've been allowing myself to take that in because I feel like I'm freeing myself as I go along. And I'm allowing myself to have patience with that. But what I want to say is that um, you know, it's not that I started doubting myself and what was going on, but I was kind of like, like talking to my friends or whatever, or my friend going through the similar situations, whatever. I'm just like, you know what? Mm, what if I am crazy? Because I already know I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but what if I am? And blah blah blah. And then I've been like having a black cat, seeing black cats a lot. And it's so funny because when I was younger, since my mom didn't like cats or whatever, I had this um little spookism or whatever behind cats, because I'm like, oh, they're terrifying. But I actually have grown to love them, or really like them, you know. And this one black cat though shows up, but to this particular day, it startled me because I was in my phase and I was like, okay, you know what? Where I'm trying to go in life, what if this, what if that? Bam, run into the black cat. So now my animal totem, that cat sat there, and his eyes looked green, or its eyes, because I don't know if it was a girl or a boy, looked green and was staring at me like dead in my eyes. And then we locked eyes for a bit, and then it ran off real fast. And I was like, wow, because it was just laying there in front of me. And then it ran off. And then I was like, okay, that's too many times that I seen a cat. That was like the third, you know, and I already know that because people say if a black cat cross your path, that's bad luck. I already know that's not true. You know what I mean? Cats are the reason why people are so spooked out about them is because they're highly mysterious, and you cannot control a cat. Have you ever tried to control a cat? No. The people that are cat lovers, they are they embody a certain amount of unconditional love for that cat, because they know, like, hey, the cat's gonna be the cat, like, and it's the cat is also known for its warning off of negative vibes and spirits, and the cat um is always aware of the spiritual world. The cat is that merge, or that balance between the physical and spiritual world. All right. And you know that meant a lot for me, because it was basically telling me, like, look, and when I looked it up or whatever, it was about the mysterious, it was about the unknown, it was about, great things about to happen. It was about not being, walking the unknown, being the mysterious, the mystery, embracing it and not controlling it. And when you say, well, what is control? Because I want to be clear of that, because I don't feel like you wanting something is controlling it or manipulating it. I feel like you wanting something is wanting it. You just want it. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea if what you want is for you or not until you walk that line. Some people have learned that, hey, you know what I mean? I might want something, but I already know not to walk that line. Like, hey, I might want that bag of money over there, but there's a field of mines that I gotta cross first before I get to it that can blow me up. Do I want it that bad? Do I want it bad enough? So I just don't want you to get controlling something and wanting something mixed up. And I do want to say, controlling is when, how you know that you're controlling something, or you're trying to control something, is when it starts controlling you. When it starts controlling you and your behavior, then you're trying to control it, if that makes any sense. And am I saying, hey, let's be free of everything and nothing, free of bad and hardship and all that? I'm not saying, I don't, this is my thing. I'm not saying that that's the answer. You know, I'm saying that, understanding that, like, we're here. So even if we don't have any exact answers, we do have a knowing, an inner knowing of what resonates with us in our own individual life. And if you let people come in and detour you from that, that's what they'll do, even if they don't mean to. Is it a such thing as being, like, delusional? I feel like, yeah, it is. You know what I mean? It is. But at the same time, what's delusional to one person may not be delusional to another. How do you find out what your delusions are? Because it'll be there and you'll think it's there, but when you go to grab it, it's just an illusion. What does that mean? That means it ain't really there. But when something is there, it showed up already. You either know you lived it already, or you know that it's there. And you know that you're capable of it. It's not a delusion. You know? It's not. And have you ever thought that maybe what we perceive as a delusion here is really not a delusion, but maybe it's because we live so close in to illusions that we feel like the reality that can be is just an illusion. Sometimes it seems like so unreal that it's just an illusion. Sometimes it seems like it's so far away that it's just an illusion, but it's not. It's like a fairy tale in disguise that we deny ourselves from because we feel like it's not true. Name an adult that believes like a fairy tale is true. I'm sure there are some, but not as many as kids would. No, I'm not saying like, okay, let's be a bunch of kids and not take care of responsibilities. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, like, what do you envision? And not just because you're envisioning to envision it, but just because you are visioning what you know and what you want and what you desire to have. And it's kind of like you said it, like, hey, I know what I know. So I know what I want. I know what I desire to have. I know who I am. So if you know all that stuff, it's time to act on that. Stuff to come in your path, stuff to come in your direction to confuse you. If it's coming in and it sounds like it's confusing of what it is that you know, then step back from it. I bet you if you let it play out a little, you'll see, oh, okay, that wasn't meant for me all along. Okay? So this video is really about getting that passion back, getting that playfulness back. Go do something fun. Like go roll in some grass. Like swing on a swing. Skip. When was the last time you skipped? Hey, I'm not saying people gotta see you. Like if you really want to turn it up a notch, you can let people see it. So you go do it in the skip down the hallway in your house or something, and laugh about it. Get your passions going again. Is all I'm saying. Because you never know what you could create by doing that. You never know what you can heal and work out and step out of fear from. This is all I have to say for right now, but I will most indeed be back